All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about a really powerful idea today, something that might just flip how you think about happiness and, what you're working towards. It's all about finding the joy, not at the end of the road, but in the walk itself. So let me just start with a question for you. What if the happiest moments of your life are happening right now, but you're so busy looking ahead that you're missing them? And what if all those big goals you're chasing are the very things keeping you from feeling happy? You see, this whole idea comes from a pretty intense personal story. It's about hitting rock bottom and getting stuck in what you could call the happiness trap. We all know this trap, right? It's that voice in your head, that myth that says, my real life will start after I get this, this, and this. For the person in our story, rock bottom, well, it had a number. He weighed 120 kilos. That's about 265 pounds. It was kind of the physical proof of where he was at in his life. In this slide, this paints the picture. I want you to imagine a room deep in his parents' basement. It's 3 a.m. The only light is the glow from a computer screen from World of Warcraft. And the room is just littered with old takeout containers, empty chip bags, cans of energy drinks. That was his world. And this was the thought just running on a loop in his head, night after night. This was his checklist for happiness. He truly believed that only after he ticked off every single one of these boxes, well, that's when his life would finally actually start. But then, a little spark. Change didn't happen with some big, dramatic moment. Nah, it started with the smallest, most ridiculously simple first steps. And this is where the whole story begins to turn.
And just look at how small these steps were. I mean, we are not talking about running a marathon here. It was just swapping one sugary drink for water, a walk for just 10 minutes, sending out resumes. Teeny tiny but consistent actions.
But you know what? Each of those tiny little actions gave him this jolt of victory. His heart would literally race when he'd send off a resume or walk just a little bit farther than yesterday. That feeling, that sense of accomplishment, that's the absolute key to this whole thing.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. The big aha moment. It actually came from the one place you'd least expect. His video games. He found this powerful paradox in his virtual life that was a perfect mirror for his real one. See, in the game, he had one single goal. Get this amazing, legendary sword. And he spent months grinding for it, thinking, just like in real life, that once he got that one thing, then he'd finally kick back and enjoy the game. It was the exact same I'll be happy when logic, just, in a fantasy world.
And this just lays it out perfectly. The quest itself, that was months of actual adventure, of struggle, of real excitement. But the moment he got the reward, the sword, nothing. Just an empty feeling. The joy wasn't in having the prize, it was in the chase.
So now, let's take that lesson from the video game and see how it just exploded into this huge life lesson. Because he took that same energy and started applying it to his real life. And guess what? He got everything he thought he wanted. And here it is. A year and a half later, he'd checked every single box. He lost about 40 kilos, that's nearly 90 pounds. He landed a good job, found a wonderful girlfriend. He even got his own place. He was living the exact life he dreamed up back in that basement. But then, it happened. Again. That same hollow, empty feeling from the game, it started seeping into his real life. He'd done it. He'd arrived. He had the legendary sword in real life, and he felt nothing. The happiness he was promised just wasn't there. And that's when it hit him. He was actually happier way back at the beginning, during those first shaky walks around the block, with his heart pounding before he clicked send on a job application. The joy wasn't in reaching the destination. It was, and it had always been, in the pursuit.
So, what does all this mean for us? Because this isn't just one guy's story, right? There's a lesson here for everyone. It's about completely reframing what we think a dream life even is.
So here's the secret that nobody really talks about. There is no finish line. There is no magical point you get to where you unlock permanent happiness. Even those people you see on Instagram with the perfect lives, trust me, they're chasing their next goal too. Because that's what we do. The pursuit never ends.
So what's the fix for this? What's the solution? Well, it's actually a pretty simple two-part way of thinking. It's not about ditching your goals, it's about changing how you see them and finding the joy right now.
Okay, part one.
Always have something you're actively going after. It doesn't have to be huge. It just keeps you moving. It gives you that feeling of progress. And part 2, and this is the big one, stop waiting for your life to begin. That little voice that says, I'll be happy when, it's a liar.
So I'm asking you, what will you pursue? Seriously, the size of the goal doesn't matter at all. Maybe it's learning to cook one decent meal, or finally reading that book that's been on your nightstand forever, or maybe picking up that dusty guitar and just learning 3 chords. The whole point is just to be on the journey.
And this is the bottom line. This is the big takeaway. Your dream life isn't some destination waiting for you in the future. It's happening right now. It's in the small steps, the little wins, even the screw-ups. The journey is the dream life.
And really, there's nothing more to say. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see ya.
Hey, if this idea resonated with you, do me a favor and hit that like button. I'd love to hear what journey you're on, so drop a comment below and tell me something you're pursuing right now. And of course, make sure you subscribe for more.